Okay, and we're back with Captain Blood. Last part, we killed the boob woman who took the governor hostage and kicked her ass into the ocean. Bye-bye. There we go. Got it. Anything over here? Nope, not really. So we're taking the assault to the Spanish capital since they've been totally and completely, like, spawn trapping Captain Blood for the past, 7 hours or so, but otherwise, it's kind of a good idea. Maybe we should have done that a lot sooner. So we can get the rage. Bye-bye. Got him. It's over here. I think over here there might be some treasure. I thought correctly. Alright. The audio mixing, audio mixing for this game has been all over the place. That's probably this game's biggest negative, aside from just a weird crashing issue I got there, so... Otherwise, it's a pretty decently well-made game. It's pretty fun. I enjoy it. Oh, hold on. It's been a minute since I've played a fun, like, hack and slash. And I love the descriptions for the moves. You take a weapon as well as his life. And just other fun things like that. You know, this guy, Captain Blood, this game is a reminder of what these new games are just fucking missing. Style, for fuck's sake. You know, this game has a soul. It has character. I can clearly tell the people who made this were making a fun, badass action game. And they wanted to absolutely just, have fun with the pirate setting. Because, geez Louise, I can count the number of good pirate games on my fucking hand. One hand. You know? Sea of Thieves was just too boring and colorful. Meanwhile, something like this is built with purpose, you know? It's a more just balls to the walls fucking action game like God of War. It's what I really wanted Sea of Thieves to be like, but it wasn't. You know, there wasn't any of that fun, dark charm that Xbox used to have in a game like Sea of Thieves, so it just disappointed me. Meanwhile, something like this absolutely nailed it. This understands. Hey, you know, maybe if you just make a fun game, people will play it. It's really that simple. It doesn't take much to please. I mean, hell, it's not even that hard to make. You think about it. Throw a few enemies in there, just make the combat, like, kind of grindy, and there you are. It's a button masher, that's for sure, but it's a fun one. There's also just little secrets you can find off the beaten path. Like, you know, they didn't have to fucking model this shit or texture it, but they clearly cared, right? You can tell that this is a game that was made with love, and the people who canceled it for one reason or another now have had their game out and released, and I don't know if it was the original state it was intended in, but, you know, I'm happy. I'm happy I get a new cool Xbox 360 styled game to play. Because it has just been way too long and I've been dealing with a bunch of old shit. More of this. Hey, game companies, more cool shit like this. Just make the graphics better, or hell, even just use the same graphics, but then give me a shitload more content, you know? And I'll be happy. I mean, hell, I'm sure there's a lot of people right now with the RAM crisis who would love a terrible looking game simply because it would help the performance a lot. And, you know, if you want to save money on the budget, well, it wouldn't be too terribly hard to just fucking put out one of these games and then start pumping out more. Look at the statues and shit, too. Like ivy on the walls, reflections in the water. I mean, it's simple things, but it really helps add an atmosphere and just a great setting to a game like this. And the animations are a bit over the top and cartoonish. I mean, hell, something like Paladins isn't too far off from this. But the problem with Paladins is you don't have much of a campaign or a single-player experience, and there's just way too many, like, furry animal things, so no thanks. Meanwhile, and that was the same issue with Pirate 101. They just had a bunch of, like, furry shit for some reason, so I'm not interested. After a certain point, it was like, I can tell these people don't really care about what they're making anymore, and then they just start putting in a bunch of furries now, so it's like, okay, why? And then Pixel Gun 3D fell for the same shit. Like, why are they putting characters with animated boobies that have physics in the game as well? This is a game that's played and made for children, so what the fuck? Played by and made for children. That does not need to be in a kid's game. I don't care if you put Medusa in there. You need to not weirdly sexualize the character. Because it's Minecraft. It's not like a game like this where they clearly have more adult elements. Even if it's a childish art style, you need to figure out which lane you're in as opposed to some awkward mix of the two that just creeps people out. And yeah, no shit. You know, if that's the way that these companies are gonna be, then why the fuck would anybody want to play that shit? They have disgusting niche internet shit now in their games, so... Meanwhile, something like this is just a fun action-adventure game. It's just a hack and slash like God of War. You know what a game like this is, and if you don't, well, you'll quickly be instructed. And that's what I like about the design of these games, too. They're like, okay, well, let's say you don't know. Let's say this is your first time playing a game like this. Well, now you're gonna know. They'll give you tutorials, they'll give you instructions. Yeah, nowadays they just go in with all these assumptions that, oh no, you already know what this shit is, so we're not even going to bother caring to teach you. What if you don't? Let's say it's your first time. Say you're a new guy to Call of Duty. Try playing Black Ops 7. You're not going to have any idea what the fuck is happening. You're not going to know why any of this shit matters. You're not even going to care, I imagine. You're not going to know why any of it's important. You're not going to know who Frank Woods is, Alex Mason, Rob Menendez, any of these characters. Now, in Black Ops 2, when they made that game, they designed it as if, you know, they could accommodate both. And that's the thing. You can accommodate both. If you don't know who Alex Mason and Frank Woods are, well, they'll just give you a quick recap, and they'll tell you, you know, okay, he is this person, he did this thing, this X, Y, and Z, and whatever, right? And you'll find out. You will be told, you will be shown, and you'll play through those sections as well. Then you'll play alongside the people you played as before in the previous section, and that'll make it a lot easier to digest. Meanwhile, with a game like Black Ops 7, they have so much assumption and, you know, pre-required knowledge that it gatekeeps itself beyond repair. So even if you took out the weird Tumblr pornography nonsense that they keep shoving into these games to try and normalize a lot of their degeneracy, the game underneath would not be satisfying. It's the same thing with Battlefield 2042, or 20 to 42 frames per second, even with a supercomputer. as I call it, fucking Battlefield 20 to 42 frames per second. Even now, even after all the patches, that game is garbage. Like, at least the campaigns were saving these fucking things, but they removed them, and they're like, okay, we're gonna remove them, and fuck you for liking this game. Well, it's not surprising after Battlefield 5, but, yeah. Nobody really played that game because it sucked dick and told you to fuck off. So, I mean, if you want me to fuck off by default, you can't get pissed off that I fucked off, now can you? You can't call me racist if I didn't play your game. Because, you know, you can call me whatever the fuck you like. You'll figure out pretty damn quickly that ain't true. Call me what you like, just don't call me late for dinner. It's funny, though, when a multi-billion-dollar corporation calls me that, or calls you that, or calls anybody who likes their game that. Are they the ones instigating this? Absolutely they are. Why the fuck wouldn't they? It's not like they're doing anything productive at the office besides twiddling their pee-pee. It's the only thing they can think about. Meanwhile, I could think about 700 different ways you could make an interesting World War II game. Alternate reality, steampunk, Wild West, sci-fi. You could make it so like World War I never ended and bled over to World War II. Totally different weapons happened. You could have like any number of other things. You could have it be like the British were evil. You could have it be like the USA went on and conquered Japan, and after the bombs dropped, they colonized the place. Like, I mean, for fuck's sake, I could think of a million different things that would be fucking crazy like that. But no, they're not going to do that. That's actually creative. That's interesting. They're not going to do that. Like, what if the Nazis took over fucking Britain? Oh no, we're not going to do that, because that'd be cool. That'd be a cool, interesting scenario. That would have some interesting ties to real-world history. We're seemingly okay using real-world history as long as it benefits our weird propaganda shit. Because we want to feel like we're important, even though we stopped being any good about, like, 2018. Yeah. There's a reason why people call these shitty games propaganda, because they just want to normalize bad behavior and standards, like it's a Filthy Frank skit without any of the satire. Like, they're walking, you know, they got armor that's about as thin as that motherfucker. You could crush the entire illusion of those fucking games with a toothpick, and nobody does. Because they're just better at making noise and making it faster. That's the biggest issue to games like these, is you have to cut through all the bullshit noise and conditioning that people have been accustomed to, and then show them why it's a good thing, because they've been conditioned to take an insult on a game as a personal attack, because that's what they, you know, that's who makes these games, is they take this shit weirdly personally when they aren't willing to consider constructive criticism for their games. And granted, a lot of people just abuse this shit to say that, oh, well, you know, I can say and do whatever the fuck I want. But it's kind of gone in the opposite direction, where it's like, you know, most people who play and make these games are just unproductive, egotistical, rude assholes who constantly judge and throw blame as to other bullshit constantly. So it's like, why would you want to play that game if the people who make it and the other people who play it are going to be unpleasant? That's why I stopped using Steam. Oh, you could join millions of players who all have pornography, anime, and other disgusting shit as their profile banners. They won't shut up about stupid memes. They can't get out of this mask. They talk like a bunch of cliches and shit that's already been done a million times. They say the word genuinely and objectively 7,000 times, like an airport fucking boarding announcement to make you sound, you know, make it feel like they're important. They're not. They're a bunch of dipshits on the internet who figured out what a thesaurus is. Although when they use the word objectively, they use it in quite literally the wrong context. Objectively means that you are stating a thing without your inherent biases or opinions. So to say you think something is objectively good is literally an oxymoron. Okay, that's to say that this is lightly dark, rightly left, correctly wrong. You know what I mean? If you have an opinion, that's fine, but you know, fucking own it. It's another thing that stopped me from enjoying like YouTube channels like Michael MJD or whatever as well, where they would clearly, you know, this person who's a monotone piece of shit doesn't give a fuck about what he's saying. He's monotone. He has no enthusiasm for anything he's saying or doing. He has this interesting, colorful, cool thing in front of him. He sounds depressed all the time, boring, fucking lazy, can't even clean his own fucking room. For fuck's sake, can you pretend to even give a shit about what you're doing? And then another thing that all these video essays will do is constantly and blatantly mispronounce things on purpose to try and get you to say it in the comments, like it's some form of trolling, and it's just... it makes them look like they've not passed a 3rd grade English class. And I wouldn't be shocked if they've taken this copy pasta from somewhere, because they're all saying and doing the exact same fucking shit. How can you say that you're genuine when you all have a fucking anime avatar and look and sound the complete same? Play the same fucking games. Do the same exact shit. How is that genuine? How is that authentic? It's fucking autistic. And it's generic, is what it is. It's fucking annoying as shit. So yeah. I tend to not dwell in like a lot of the popular places, because eventually they get it in their heads that to please the most people, they have to become another carbon copy retarded YouTube channel with a cat or an anime profile picture who says genuinely, objectively, honestly, to be fair, sweet summer child 5 million times. Oh, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you have to copy paste the same retarded memes and templates for those memes 100 times for you to be funny. You know, it's like iDub said. I get that you're joking. It's very obviously a joke. You know, I think it's one of those jokes you have to really repeat it 1,000 times to understand where the humor comes from, you know? It's just stupid, so no thanks. Meanwhile, I'll tell you what's really fucking cool. Big dudes fighting each other in the cage match here. This is the shit that's awesome. They don't fuck with this anymore on YouTube. Or if they do, it's in some nondescript, discreet corner. So it's like, yeah, that's my corner of the internet. They don't like it, they can suck it. They clearly like it anyway. They like, I mean, hey, most of them identify as gay, so I imagine it's a positive thing. You'd probably like to do that anyway. Well, feel free, Pyrocynical. Feel free, Act Ma'am. You can say whatever the fuck you want, just don't bring it near me. Remember, opinions on the internet are always 100% accurate. You should never believe everything you read on the internet. Abraham Lincoln. I feel like someone needs to show these assholes that meme and it would instantaneously destroy them. Because see, they feel like they have to say zingers all the time too. Zinger! Or you could just have fun playing a video game. I mean, hell, I don't have to fucking say zingers to be entertaining. But if I'm gonna see a menace that's in my fucking recommended feed, I want it to get out. That's the problem with video essay channels. They'll just complain and bitch and whine, but then they'll never do anything about it. Do something about it, then. You know, do something about it. I'm fucking doing something about it. I'm making a game on Unreal Engine 4, and games like this are handy for my research. If this shit could run on an Xbox 360 and look as good as this, I mean, hell, all it would really need is just some better lighting, I would think. So, you know, how did they do animations? How did they do particle effects? Fairly well. Looks nice. It doesn't have the best fidelity in the world, but yeah, it's a fun video game. Fucking turn this guy into shreds. This is the biggest guy they've sent at me with the big ass armor and a big beard. And he's an absolute chump. And I've managed to stun lock him already. Oh, he goes down with quick time events, I see. Oh, fuck, I think I just tore his head out. Oh. Give me your gun, fucker. You're dead. You're mine. Had to give him the slip. Took him for a spin. I think he got the point. Bye-bye. Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Alright, let's see what upgrades I got. Pick up the musket here. Go to the shop. Yeah, I'm gonna increase the maximum health. Cannot be undone. I have no intention of undoing it. Do what must be done. I took his fun guns. Bye-bye. I'm taking the lever. Pull my finger, motherfucker. And that's another thing I liked was like the Clockwork Armada and Pirate 101. But yeah, looking back at that shit, there was a bunch of like weird furry shit that constantly popped up in the games. I think the internet has done a very thorough job of ruining cartoon animals for the rest of time, as well as anime. I never want to fucking see both of those for the rest of my life. But I know they'll find ways to try and fuck it up even further. Give it like 2 or 3 years and the people will violently reject this shit, and if they haven't already, they'll go back to this, and it'll be fucking glorious. They'll go home, and we'll all be happy, except for the people who keep bitching and complaining. And good fucking riddance too. Would have just been better if we could all play each other's games and be happy, but can't have that sometimes. There's a lot of them, though, we can. And, you know, it's like I was saying in the whole Battlefield 2 video. It's like, you know, I'll play your game, you'll play mine, we'll all be happy. There are some who just won't. And, like, ultimately, at the end of the day, you can't focus too much on that shit or you just want to have fun, so. When I go to cool corners like this, there's often a purpose behind it, and in this case, I was really looking to see if there was something a lot like Pirate 101, but offline and single player, and more like action, and yeah, wouldn't you know it? Captain Blood. Been feeling kind of piratey lately, so decided to play a pirate game. There we are. I think the animation work, the voice acting, and well, the voice acting itself is fine, just the volume of it maybe. Not so fine, but otherwise, the voice acting, the audio, lighting, texturing, modeling, yeah, it's pretty nice. Alright, we're gonna head this way. We're gonna smash through the door, take down the castle. It's a pretty good set piece with that chain link and all the big Spanish motherfuckers who tried to whack me in the big armor suits. I don't think I can buy any more upgrades. I've got Captain Blood going. Yeah, I like that compass animation too, and this as well. Just the nice presentation they've got here. With like the checkpoint, the animation, the heads-up display as well, just not being another copy-pasted black and white heads-up display. That's really nice. Like, how many fucking games can you count have just the same exact black and white, copy-pasted, carbon copy fucking heads-up display? I can name like 70. And most of them come from the Xbox One generation. It was fine when like Battlefront 2 did that in 2005, though I think everybody and their dog liked the much more colorful hologram like heads-up display they had in the first game, with the whole animation and everything, but oh shit. Tried to crush me. Get down, boy. Bombs away. Fire in the hole. Oh, he killed his friend. Bye-bye. We have an alternative. See, Captain Blood, same thing I like with Starkiller and Kratos, is they have some fucking style. When you're beating the shit out of a guy, you don't just beat the shit out of the guy. You beat the shit out of the guy, spin around, and then you do like a cool-ass move. And then there's like a big flash of light that accompanies you swinging the axe. Like, why the fuck can't we just have fun animations and shit like that? It doesn't need to be like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 level, but, you know, you could just do something as simple as, you know, add a fucking light swing whoosh effect with a big trail, you know? And that would really set you apart. There's one thing I do in Rogue Planet 2 where the bullets actually have like a cartoon trail behind them. Using some cartoonish elements I find is handy, but like, you don't want the whole thing to just look like some garbage from Windows 8. Preferably, you know, because you actually want it to have some fucking style, as opposed to just being a flat color that could be remade in about 3 seconds on Microsoft Paint. Take him down. Grab him by the beard. Gank the fucker. Oh! Heads up, motherfucker. That's a satisfying animation. I just ripped his fucking head out like Sub-Zero. Oh, boy. Give me that sword. Thank you. Hey, can I have that? Thank you very much. That's great. I'm going across. You know what that means? You're shit out of luck. Fucking shot the shit out of him. I don't care if that's the best strategy or not. There you go. Look at how much blood is on the ground. You know, game like Captain Blood, you're gonna need a lot of fucking blood to satisfy me. And then you beat the shit out of the big guy with the stun lock. It was a devastating blow that didn't hit because of blatant hitbox issues. Give me your gun. Fired. Okay. Bye-bye. Curb stomped into the fucking ground, taking your treasure, climbing in your windows, snatching your people up. Obviously, we have a rapist in Lincoln Park. In the jail cell, Tyrone bent him over. Uh-oh. Bye-bye. Alright. So we're gonna roll over here. They have... Oh, they got a big guy. Just shoot the shit out of him until he pops out with pistols. And then shoot him with the pistol. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong pistol. No. Never mind. There we go. Quickly stab him, because I have no need for his sword. There we go. Open this shit up. Nice. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Just shoot the fuck out of him. See, there's nothing like playing a good pirate game and then just blasting away everyone with a gun. So this is where they send in the real grindy enemies. Now see, it was probably a good idea in hindsight, like, you know, to go casual simply because I was predicting that the game would throw in some forced bullshit sections. And, yeah, I was correct, because it's, you know, classic God of War. If you're unaware, it's usually what they do. So they'll throw in a bunch of button mash and shit, and then, like, the way that they'll scale the difficulty is they will... I fucking ripped his head out again. That is a great animation. But the way that they'll scale the difficulty is it won't even be, like, particularly hard. They'll just deal more damage and stun lock you way more. Meaning that, I mean, you'll die a lot more often, but it'll feel pretty cheap and unfair. Since if you have to compensate for blatant hit registration issues, like in the case of the gun at the beginning of the game, where this dude was pointing the opposite fucking direction and shot me facing backwards. Yeah, I feel like, and then couple that with just the game crashing. Like, if I had to fucking fight the Easterling boss again, that wouldn't have been... Okay, so yeah, he straight up flew into the wall. I'm literally driving fucking Will Turner here up a wall. You can't make it up. Bye-bye. There we go. All right. Just drop this real quick. I'm gonna fucking pick up box. Knock, knock, motherfucker. I love that they just crumple into fucking paper. This dude's leg fucking collapses into his own ass. Just to give you some perspective on how fucked up these moves are and the ragdolls. Like, he's got so many muscles that his muscles turn into triangles. Because of, like, the modeling and texture work they did being this primitive. I'll take that from you. You just watch. Alright, we'll take this. That's not how you shoot a gun, this is. There we go. Left 4 Dead. It's me, Francis, from Left 4 Dead. There we go. Fucking Neo from the Matrix. There we go. Okay, nothing over there. Smashing the door. Alright, check. Oh, went the wrong way. Okay. Cameras. That's another thing old God of War did, the fixed camera. That's another thing that's with this game. I wish it'd be like, if you have a door, you don't have to just press the button repeatedly. Once I could understand, but like twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you get the drift. Just becomes annoying at some point, but I'm getting the feeling that this is kind of already dragging on, probably because I'm getting to the final boss or something, so I wouldn't be shocked. I didn't see the body of that lady. Well, I mean, hey, I did, but that's not what I meant. I didn't see her die, in other words. I mean... So if we didn't see a body and, you know, not dead anyway. Wouldn't be shocked if she just comes back and then she's like final boss or something. Because we haven't really had a main villain other than just Spain. There you go. Take him down. Taking your sword. It's mine now. Might be able to unlock a combo or something. At least I got a bomb. Let's see if I can throw this out. I can. Get wrecked. That totally just killed him in one shot with the barrel. The barrel is a weapon of mass destruction. Bye-bye. Cut him in half. Take him down. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Oh boy. Okay, so the barrel is more deadly than a box. If you give them a box, they're not going to die. Okay, so you can get fucking shot from behind the guy, but you can't block backwards. Fucking pick a lane. Do you want to be broken or do you want to work? Can't have both. Shoot him with the gun. I know which lane I'm shooting. In this guy's. Going up the swirly tower. Swirly Tower of Death. Fucking coughing as bad as they are. Bye-bye. Your sword is mine now. There's another barrel. Oh, treasure. We got booty. Okay. Hey, hey, matey. Yarr. Missed me. Oh, he shot his friend. Nice. Is there something out here? No? Okay. I get just a nice view of nothing, I guess. Because usually the way that a lot of these Xbox 360 games end is you go on a tower. Why? I don't know. I guess it's literally the climax of the game. So they couldn't think of any better way. But honestly, with so many games now just end like total horseshit, the tower is a great way to end. This guy is walking on my head. He is now Superman. Not anymore. Okay. Excuse me, sir. I'm gonna just... There we go. Give me your gun. Enough of you. He did. Try that. Come on, get over here. Alright, we're down. Later, chum. That way's blocked, but I imagine that's the way forward. There's probably something in this tower I gotta go get. He's just angrily staring at me? Okay, cool. Oh shit, he came back. No, wait, that's not him, that's his friend. No, he did. No, that's another friend of his. Bye-bye. There we go. But yeah, you know, it's a pretty good setting here. Let's just pull the lever. Yep, see, what'd I tell you? I guess it was like you had to guess the right one. No, it was just, that wasn't the right one. Then what's this other lever do? Oh, this opens the gate back out, I see. Trying to trap me. I'm not trapped in here with you, butthole. You're trapped in here with me! Take him down. Your ass is eliminated. Oh, what's down here? Oh, that's the way I came in. Later, chump. There's just one dude who's still standing there. I ain't gonna fuck with him. I'm just going. Bye-bye. Oh, good. Door closed right behind me. Oh, he ain't come back. This is a big-ass cannon. Excellent. Oh, shit. Windows 8. Yeah, okay. For some reason, the more I played this game, the more flashing it did there to my desktop, so lovely. Okay. Hogwarts Castle is under attack by Captain Jack Sparrow. Yeah. Breaking this cannon. Stab him. Well, I think this guy's weakness is a bomb, but then again, I think almost all of their weaknesses is a bomb, so... Die. The Covenant brought something. A bomb. Sir, someone set up us the bomb. We get signal. Ah, broke the gears of war. And they sent in every big tough guy they had after me, and it still ain't working. Hold on, I gotta press the rage. Ah, shit. Oh, fuck. They're stun locking me. No, they're not. Nope. Let me... I'm stuck. Door stuck. Use the rage. Yeah. Gonna get to cover. This dude's shooting me too much. Also, a lot of this doesn't have normal maps from what I can see. Which is why it looks really shiny. Which actually doesn't seem to be hurting it too badly. At least the cannon, anyway. It's got this blue glow to it. Or if it does have normal maps, it certainly doesn't have very intense ones. Not sure if these animations, or at least some of them, were motion capped. I think they might have been. Maybe. Let's take him down. fucking ripped his skull off. Rage! That is why I spam the rage. Usually I would hate to break the gun, but in this case it calls for rage. Rage. Dark side. Fucking knock him to the floor, thank you. Taking his gun. Take the rage out on this motherfucker. Great way to unwind after a long and stressful day at work. Pop some pistols on that pirate ass. Then break their fucking cannon. It's time to bust the tower. Fuck him up. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'm taking his sword. I'm gonna beat the shit out of this guy with it. Execute him. Bye-bye. Oh boy, that's a lot of money. See if there are any upgrades I can buy. I'm sure I left a lot of combos just kind of to die. I could beat the money out of them, but there's no real need to just spam the button. Oh, looks okay. Oh. Whoa. So fucking left, 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 right. This first one looks pretty good. I'll grab that, and then I'll grab... Yeah. Well, I mean, this one I could probably spam the shit out of, so now that I think of it, just keep buying that. Alright. Just inspect the cannon. Oh damn it, I dropped my guns. I think this thing's about to blow up. I might want to get off this tower. Yeah, he's gonna blow up the cannon. Bye-bye. Fire in the hole. Goes the tower. Time to bust the tower. Just making a run for it. Quick time event, or no? That's just chapter complete. Awesome. Oh. Yeah, this is usually what happens by the end of these games. They get real grindy, and then my ass hurts. Oh boy. Ah. Yeah, they really start sending the entire fucking army after me. I mean, at this point, I'm just waiting for when I get the M4A1 assault rifle. Oh boy. Okay, we'll get back to this no doubt exciting ship battle in the next part. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a lot of fun, and yeah, it's just been really nice to go back and see a new game from a time that I had grown up with, and it's sort of something that I think as of late I've just kind of been wanting to talk about, because I used to grow up and I played with a lot of these games. I grew up playing a lot of them anyway. Used to play a lot of them is what I meant to say. And yeah, these games were pretty fun. They had a lot of really cool mechanics and worlds, and it's sort of games like this, or Tron Evolution, Skylanders, Aqua, Undertow, games that kind of flew under the radar. I'm sure there were more people who didn't like them because, oh, well, there was something better called Call of Duty or Half-Life or Mass Effect. I'm sure you enjoyed those games just fine, but it's these middle-tier budget games that I really enjoyed because they had a lot of limitations, and I'm sure they were rough around the edges. This game has been kind of rough around the edges, but it's something I could tell was made with heart, and something that was made because the people really cared about what they were making. And you know, if this game hadn't been canceled, in truth, I probably never would have played it. But yeah, I guess good things can come from bad things like that, where if this game had actually come out as intended, I'm sure there never would have been a PC port of any kind, even though it probably existed. The same way with Gears of War 1, 2, and 3. The first one was a bit busted, but it turns out, if you know where to look, there are full working ports of Gears of War 2 and 3 that were made for the computer because, well, they needed something to test the Xbox hardware on, right? And they just made them for Windows 7, and people were able to patch these leaked ports after, like, Tim Sweeney and whoever the fuck else, because Epic Games has had a really terrible reputation, especially with their older engines, of just tossing the shit in the garbage and then just trying to say that, oh yeah, we replaced it with a new thing. Fuck you if you liked the old thing. Most, like, Unreal Engine 3 games have had this issue for, like, the longest running time, because if you want to make a game with Unreal Engine 3 and release it commercially, you're shit out of luck. It's not happening. The only thing you could realistically use Unreal Engine 3 for, if you're not using it because Epic Games has specifically given you a license for it, is one of like three things. First thing is probably some remaster of a game that they want to release on a new console. This could be something like the Mass Effect Legendary Collection or Legendary Edition. The second thing would likely be that Epic Games actually is decided, they are deciding to like let you fucking use it, and it still looks good. It's a great engine. It's just most companies developed for Xbox 360, so it didn't really ever get its full potential until Xbox One came around, and games like Arkham Knight really showed off just how crazy and cool it could look. Because seriously, I shit you not when I say that engine still looks fucking fantastic. There's a pretty fun game I used to play called Black Squad before it got ruined by terrible management. They removed most of the fun modes and then just started, like, I don't know, every month or so. The same thing that happened to Iron Sight, which was another free-to-play game I liked. They just started releasing, like, infrequent, like, I don't know, fucking emblems and banners of girls with boobs who looked Asian, so, hey, wouldn't you know, a pattern is emerging. Probably there's some good reasons why I don't like this anime shit, because oftentimes what'll happen is the fun action games get ruined by that, and then they just keep trying to force it on you, expecting you to pay for that, even though it looks like shit, even though it isn't good. And then, well, the actual fun game gets fucked up underneath. So you can't expect people to want to pay for this fun, happy cartoon thing if you spat in their face and beat the shit out of them before that, and then tried to pretend like it never happened. They remember. But anyway, the third thing that you could probably ever fucking use Unreal Engine 3 for is like you actually want to make a hobby like Xbox 360 jailbreaking, jailbroken game or something, or you want to make your own actual Unreal Engine 3 PC game. There are a few like ports of the UDK, which is the Unreal Development Kit for Unreal Engine 3, but good luck finding the first two. Outside of Unreal Tournament modding, Epic Games has pretty thoroughly fucked up a lot of their older code. And usually every time they do, they throw a temper tantrum, which has spawned a number of like subreddits and communities. Usually one in particular is called Fuck Epic, where basically they just shit on Epic Games and constantly say go to Steam. Steam sucks too. But there was one meme that kind of illustrated the biggest issue with so many Steam competitors. They will often, the only reason why Steam ever gets a foot up is because every competitor goes out and basically takes the shotgun to their fucking head and screws up everything they do. So, like, basically in practicality, you either have one of three options: piracy, Steam, or old games. So, either that or another platform like GOG or Itch. And in this case, I use GOG. So, not everybody's going to be so lucky. And I imagine once the digital crisis and the crash happens, Steam is still gonna be up, but since they failed to specify any form of plan B should their revenue fall below the necessary requirements for them to keep up, I'm not confident in Steam's ability to provide an offline patch. Actually, I'm more confident that they would just take everything offline and run off with the money while providing no form of compensation. Years ago, a person who used to work at Valve said, "Oh, we have a plan," and then never said what that plan was. You didn't have a plan, and you don't have a plan. Though I have a plan for what I'm going to do with my video game. I'm going to use Unreal Engine 4. I'm making 37 maps. Planning on having a stress test probably in the coming months, and seeing how people react to it, because I hope that I can really succeed in making games like this sort of stylized realism pretty cool again, because so many of the competition that so much of my competition has just really been really slacking off lately and not making anything of real good, note. So I don't know. It's disappointing. And I used to be a big fan of a lot of those games, and now it's just they've given me nothing to look forward to. So anyway, speaking of nothing, I got nothing left to say for this part. So just to make sure this doesn't break on me again, I'll crash in blood, I'm going to end it here. Thanks for watching.